Understanding the fall. A. The fall began with doubting God's word. The serpent's first recorded words are, "Did God really say?" This question attacks the foundation of obedience. If the enemy can make us doubt God's word, he can lead us away from God's will. Eve's answer shows that she knew the command, but the serpent continued to twist the truth. He made God seem selfish, controlling, and untrustworthy. This still happens today. Many temptations begin with questions like, is this really wrong? Will there really be consequences? Does God really care? Does the Bible really matter? Why should I obey if everyone else is doing it? Doubt is not always sin. Honest questions can lead to deeper faith. But doubt becomes dangerous when it leads us to distrust God's goodness and reject His authority. Key idea: temptation often begins by questioning God's word and God's goodness. B. The fall was rooted in distrust. Adam and Eve were surrounded by God's goodness. They had life, food, relationship, purpose, and communion with God. Yet the serpent convinced them to focus on the one thing God had forbidden. This is how temptation works. It shifts attention from God's gifts to the forbidden thing. It makes God's boundary look unfair. It makes disobedience look attractive. The serpent implied, God is holding you back. If you disobey, you will become more free, wiser, and more powerful. But this was a lie. Sin promised Adam and Eve more life, but it brought death. Sin promised freedom, but it brought slavery. Sin promised wisdom, but it brought shame. Key idea: sin grows when we believe lies about God. C. The fall was an act of rebellion. The fall was not merely eating fruit. It was rebellion against God's authority. God had the right to define good and evil because He is the Creator. Adam and Eve tried to take that right for themselves. They wanted to be like God, not in holiness or love, but in authority. This is the heart of rebellion, refusing to live under God's rule. Modern people often say, "No one can tell me what to do. I decide my truth. I decide what is right for me."